The sky was burning, the clouds red with twisted fire, lightning moving across them, and they descended upon everything, like a furious battle between God and Satan, good and evil, like a fire vortex.
Good evening, SGL. Welcome to Supporters Gaming League. I am K Doughboy. They have let me loose on the mic as well as on my own in the commentary booth. Prepare yourselves for a suboptimal viewing experience, but we are here with a Match Day 7 matchup in the SGL Championship. We've got Black and Gold Old Timers for LAFC against Los Verdes from Austin FC. Still getting teams in the lobby, so let's actually look at a few things beforehand statistically. Let's look at the schedule. It's a little bit of an odd schedule for Match Day 7, with the two leagues, the two divisions having different numbers of teams. So we've had a bit of a split week. This week is actually SGL Premier's Cup week, so the games you see on the screen there actually happened last week. Had some good matchups, lots of close games. Excuse me. There's a reason that I'm usually behind the scenes and not on the mic. Plus, I'm doing this by myself, so I am in no way prepared for this, and neither should you. But we look at this week in the championship. We've already had EC Defiance beating EM Big Dogs 3-1. We've got tonight's matchup, B&G against Los Verdes. And then on Sunday night will be the last matchup of the week. It's Axon Rose SC against Steel Army. And if we look at the standings, we'll see Steel Army is leading the way. They are tied on series with this B&G Old Timers group that we will see tonight. So B&G has a chance to put themselves in the lead pending Sunday night's game. They're 1 point behind Steel Army at this point. And, with half the season left to go, everybody's played each other once so far. We have a barn burner of a finish in store. Steel Army and B&G will have to play each other one more time before we finish the season. Los Verdes down towards the bottom on 13 points. Not that far away from the top teams here, but they've got some catch-up to do in the second half if they want to seriously contend for the title. But looking at that record, 2-4, down towards the bottom, I don't think it tells the whole story, because if we look at the team stats, sure, it's 5-1 versus 2-4 in series record, but if you look at Los Verdes, 11-15 in those 6 series, that talks of a lot of close series, and they will not be pushovers tonight. Certainly on paper, B&G Old Timers has most of the stats. Goals for by almost an entire goal. Take a lot more shots. Los Verdes is slightly more accurate, but also the team plays in favor of B&G. They also have a little better defense, and due to giving up more shots, then it looks like Los Verdes do make a few more saves over the course of a series. But again, stats don't tell the entire story, but there's some hints here that this may be a closer matchup than, again, the initial records might say. We'll look at some of the player stats while we still wait for these teams to get in. And first we'll start with the blue corner. This is B&G Old Timers again for LAFC. They seem to have a pretty set lineup that they go with. Christian the Plumber has been just lighting up the championship. 45 goals in 22 games and 22 assists. Very versatile player. High shot percentage. Takes a lot of shots. So if you're going to try and shut down the Old Timers, you're going to have to shut down Christian, because a lot runs through him. Saikugo is also playing very well. 31 goals there. And then, Squiz is offering up some support. And Pablo has played a few games as well. We'll definitely see who's in tonight. But it looks like they pretty much run the same lineup throughout the season. Then we will look at the stats in the orange corner for Austin FC's Los Verdes. Now, they have a much larger roster, 6 players, but Devin, Palace, and then a combination of Triga and Elite Stroker kind of making up the main set. You look at Devin. Devin's not doing too shabby. 26 goals and 23 games. Palace also 23 goals. High shooting percentages from all the main players, all of the players, honestly, on Los Verdes. Plus some hefty assist numbers there from Devin and Palace trying to set up. And look at Devin, near and dear to my heart, likes touching cars, and you love to see it. 40 demos of the season so far in those 23 games. Not bad, not bad. I definitely want to see more explosions on the field as we go through this series. So I think we are still waiting. We're still waiting on Los Verdes. We're still waiting on Los Verdes. Those of you involved with SGL will not be surprised by this fact. We are, in fact, waiting for Palace's team to show up. So I will have to BS a little bit more on the mic. I don't know that I have much else to look at here. We can throw it back onto the schedule. Maybe we'll take a little closer look at what happened to Match Day 7 in the Premier Division. We can also look again at the standings if we're still waiting. So some real close. We had a couple of 3-2s there. El Matador coming out on the losing end to Emerald City RC. It's definitely anybody can beat anybody on a given night in the Premier Division. Casey Cauldron taking out some locals team. I feel like I've heard of them at some point, but I don't really know. The only sweep of the week is Timbers Army over EC Eternal. No offense to EC Eternal, but Timbers Army are a powerhouse this season, so that is not a particularly surprising outcome there. Let's look at the standings once more. We can go over the Premier standings here. So actually, ECRC has pushed their way into the lead by 1 point over Casey Cauldron, though Casey Cauldron does have a series in hand right now. And yeah, very close among the top 4. You could maybe say top 5 teams, all within 8 points. But again, the middle 3 of that 5, they still have another series to play in comparison to the others. So yeah, we'll see what our status is on the teams. As usual, SGL is an amateur league, and we have amateur production right here, right now. Let me try and nudge them along. Okay. I'm assured that Los Verdes will be joining us, quote unquote, shortly. So we will hopefully get this game going soon. I'm dead arrogant. Oh, sure, Luis. So we'll take a look at the chat while we wait for Los Verdes to get their rear ends in here. Yeah, sure. You would commentate you're watching the Stars. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, honestly, I am with you on the Stars beating Winnipeg. I think I dislike Winnipeg more than I dislike the Stars. So go Stars, I guess. But I haven't even seen how that game is going. But it sounds like it's not good. And okay, it's only 2-0. It's only the end of the first. Like, if we have learned nothing from the Dallas Stars so far this season, then we know that 2-0 after the first is absolutely nothing, and there will be fireworks to come. Sadly, this game is not in Dallas against my St. Louis Blues. That was, I'd say, painful to watch, but I didn't actually get to watch any of the games in the series. That's what happens when you have no services by which to watch them. Let's take a look again and see. We still have no Los Verdes in the server. You're killing me, Palace. I am trying to fill dead air. It's already weird enough that I am on the mic for this. There we go. We've got players in. One name that I absolutely do not recognize. I am gonna presume. Hang on, let me get a clarification. Palace, why you gotta be weird? You're gonna mess up the stats. Oh well, Bomboclat is apparently Palace's name for at least the first game. So I think we've got 3 in from each. Let's get them going. Let's get them in here. Let's get a game running. All right, get the players in. It is kind of exactly who we expected for Black and Gold Old Timers. It is Pablo Saikugo, it's Squeezeball, Hophead, Bomboclat, aka Palace, and Devin with a weirdly spelled name for Los Verdes. So not really any surprises here from either team. Actually, I will take that back. Hophead has only 5 games played so far this year, so a little bit of surprise there, but it is Friday night. These are young people, I say as an old person. But I should probably pay more attention to what's going on in the game. So far, kind of a lot of midfield play, a lot of hit and hope. Both teams feeling each other out a little bit. You know, the problem here with running this is I can't actually see on my main screen who the player I'm looking at is. That's no good. So yeah, we got Los Verdes putting on a little pressure. Palace with a sort of weak shot. Pablo trying to catch him out. Not catching anybody out right now. Yeah, I think we're a minute in. Teams are still feeling each other out. This is, of course, a best-of-5 series in the regular season. There are no playoffs, but there is a cup, and that's a whole other story. Saikugo just cleared it downfield. Following up, but a bit wide. We have our first explosion of the night. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Because I didn't turn off my chat. I usually do that for these. I suppose Maz does not, so y'all are used to seeing it, but we're going to do that between games. So, little pressure here from Black and Gold Old Timers, but no follow-up in the mid. At least Saikugo had gone back for some boost and playing it safe, which, you know, I am as a defensive player, I can absolutely understand that and empathize. Saikugo just getting it in, Devin getting the clear. This is it's not really a lot of team playing happening right now. A lot of solo hitting and hoping. Got a shot a bit wide from Los Verdes. Squizzball up for Old Timers, just kind of hitting it forward. Yeah, not a lot of cohesion so far. Definitely, I don't know if this is feeling out or both teams just not quite hitting with their teammates. Palace with the tactical fake, the tactical whiff. And an easy clear to the corner for Los Verdes. Devin picking it up, has a chance to catch Old Timers out with a low boost, but a good play to keep that away from goal. Palace up. Devin trying to help, but little touchy there from Devin, but unfortunately cannot find a teammate in front of the goal. I have new empathy for people who do this on their own. I've only done it once or twice else, and I've had somebody else to hand it off to. So, yeah, good times. Good shot here from Los Verdes. Devin trying to follow. I think that was actually Saikugo with the own goal. Pablo with the good save. Saikugo trying to go high. Just didn't get it above the crossbar. And we have a lead for Los Verdes, just under 2 minutes remaining in this game 1. A good clear for Old Timers. Dangerous ball into the middle, but no conversion there. Los Verdes handling it pretty well. Decent possession, but no real cohesion, not troubling the defenses that much. The saves have been relatively easy for them to handle. A nice move, a little dangerous in your own end, but it works out. And Palace catches Squizzball out. Squizzball almost with a very nice save on the near post, but a very nice placement here from Palace. And we have 2-0 for Los Verdes. 1:10 remaining in game one. We see a little bit of an upset as we start. Devin with a nice challenge and a good finish from Palace. Palace with the game one Hattie. Just a nice follow finish. Not sure where the B&G defense went at that point, but an relatively easy open net, as if open nets are very easy in general. Now I'm realizing I said no surprises. I was completely wrong, because I'm now realizing we have no Christian the Plumber, and that may explain some of the issues we're having here. Oh, Palace trying to get a fourth, just misses wide. Oh, what a dunk though. Pablo, huge dunk. Trying to drag him back late. Good 50 in the middle. Dunks Hophead right on in. Oh, it's like Kugo doing all the work. Pablo with the steal. Again, I don't get the, unfortunately, because I am streaming this myself, I don't get the nice little director box in the corner telling me who I'm watching. So I'm trying to remember the cars, and that's kind of hard. Palace on the back wall, 30 seconds remaining in game one. Oh, off the post, off the other post. They just need the crossbar, and they unlock the goal. Squizzball with the nice challenge, but Palace really smart follow-up in mid. Palace, I think, is just playing some time. Trying to keep it down in the B&G end. Pablo heaving it up. Oh, Pablo with the corner. We got 3 seconds left. I've seen weirder. Kugo, nice little back pass, sideways pass, whatever you want to call it, back flip pass. Over there to Pablo, who slots it in the corner. But Hophead, nice job getting it to the wall. Good touchdown. And it is down. Los Verdes getting game one win. All right, got a couple things to do in the setup here. Plus, we can look at those stats from the first game. Yeah, obviously, our MVP here is Palace with the 3 goals. Putting in work, Devin assisting on all 3. And I'm trying to change the map and talk at the same time. Look, it's going to be a very amateur night. Get used to this. Definitely some good team play here. Looks like we are getting a sub in for B&G Old Timers. Christian the Plumber is coming in for Squizzball. So we are getting, what looks like an early MVP candidate for the league coming in. I need to do one more thing, and I need to do it in 13 seconds. Turn off my chat, because nobody need to see that. I don't know how Maz does this. I can't hold. I can't keep track of everything. So, looks like we've got game 2 coming up. 1-0 lead for Los Verdes, but the big X factor, Christian the Plumber, coming right in. It's going to be a very different game, I suspect. Yeah, Arglass, that's not happening. We don't need Palace to have any more of a platform than he already does. Just waiting for teams to join. You'd think they'd know by now. They don't need to wait. Luis, I hope Los Verdes loses just for the name change. Yeah, good luck to Maz for figuring out the stat stuff. Thankfully, we've got a decent system for matching up the bad names, but we'll see if it works out properly. So, game 2. Again, bit of a change for BG Old Timers. Got Christian the Plumber in, who has just been running things. Saikugo trying to build out of the back. Gets a nice little demo on Palace, but does not get the boost steal in the corner. Christian with a nice long shot. Christian running the... I don't have a term for the stock Fennec. It's not a stock pain, obviously. But, oh, just off the crossbar. Two good chances for Los Verdes. We'll see if they've overextended on the follow by Black and Gold. I'm seeing Stenic. It's okay. So, oh, that looks like me trying to go off the wall. A little bit of a whiff there from Palace, and unfortunately, Los Verdes allows Christian to grab the boost and take a chance, but nobody there with him really. Christian going up, ran out of boost on the way. Follow up here, I believe, by Saikugo. Oh, what a good save from Palace, and the follow-up probably should have been in, but just wide. Good clear off the back wall by Devin. Nice read by Palace, and bam, the counter run to perfection by Los Verdes. Very nice clear off the back wall by Devin, and a good read by Palace to beat Black and Gold and put it in for the early lead. 3:33 left in game number 2. Again, best of 5 here in SGL. Plumber bringing it up the wall. Nice little flick over, but no one really following. I say that! It's the caster curse on himself. Saikugo with a nice read. Nice little awkward touch. Hit him with the Ephus pitch right into the bottom corner, and we are tied up. Verdes getting a good kickoff. A lot of bumping. I want more bumping. We do know that I want more bumping. Nice play on the corner to the middle, but nobody there to receive it for Black and Gold. Little team meeting in the corner. Having a family portrait over in the corner. But a nice clear off the backboard to the left wall. Speaking of family portraits, I believe you can get a lovely 8x10 autographed portrait of Los Verdes in the middle, as all 3 of them decided they wanted the ball and nobody actually took it. Pablo finishing it up, and a lead for Black and Gold Old Timers. Another nice move here by Black and Gold Old Timers. Another teamwork makes the dream work out of a team. This time it's from the LAFC squad. Saikugo staying mostly out of the mess and is there to turn around and pick it up. Is that a triple fake? I think that's a triple fake we've got going on there in the server. I think we can do better. I want to see a quad fake. You know, let's work on the quad fake. All right, 2-1 for Black and Gold. Can they tie it up? That's a nice read off the wall by Christian the Plumber. I said 2-1. It was 3-1. It's now 4-1. Christian the Plumber, a nice self-read off the back wall. Devin just can't quite get there. And this match has changed complexion in a minute and change. You know, Los Verdes did, even with Christian coming in, they did have a great start to this game, but BG Old Timers have asserted themselves. That might be the plan, is to keep Christian bottled up with some bumps, but I don't know if you can really bottle up Christian very well, given the stats we've seen. And a little bouncing in the midfield. Good 50 there from Christian. Devin also with a nice 50. Right back to the midfield. Palace going for the 3. No luck. Devin Good touch off the wall, but Palace just can't quite get there before like the old timers can get it clear. Devin, I was going to say with a dangerous save, but actually a little more of a dangerous own goal shot. If I have learned anything from my own experience in this game, my most impressive goals are definitely own goals. And that one's right up there. What a nice touch. So this one's starting to get out of hand. Minute and a half left. There's still time, but you got to hurry up and get one or two before we hit the minute mark, I think. And they have not looked dangerous at all these last couple of minutes. Red Bull Old Timers have just kept them hemmed in. There's a little bit of a whiff there. Good 50 in the middle from Christian. Good follow. Keeps it hemmed in the Los Verdes end. We are less than a minute to go here in game 2. Christian trying to build on the back. Good 50 there from Palace. Again, Palace not using a normal name because I'm not sure Palace and normal goes together at all. Kugo getting a nice cleared. You know, Fiji's just trying to run time right now. But if you can get a 6th goal, get a 6th goal. What a nice play here. Saikugo with the big clear. Good read off the corner from Christian, off the backboard, onto Saikugo, and bam, it's over. It is definitely over at this point. We're just running through the rest. We're going to see if we get a trip to South America involved here. I do not, unfortunately, have the sound effect. So, we have in fact gone to Brazil. Again, I don't have the sound effect, so you're just going to have to imagine in your mind. Saku with a nice touch, baits Devin in, gets the demo, the finish from Christian. We've got double hatties now, one each for Christian and from Saikugo. The last few seconds here in game number 2. Saikugo almost putting in an 8th. Well, Christian is not satisfied to drop it down, but then loses it anyway. A 7-1 win in game 2. That is a statement from Black and Gold Old Timers. That statement is Christian was able to show up late and was able to assert dominance. All right, we need to go to DFH next. The question is, and I don't have anyone to bounce this off of, can Los Verdes recover from their South American excursion? They were escorted away to Brazil. Can they come back on DFH? oh, Maz is here. Maz, who said I wasn't going to be around. See how it is. So yeah, look at these stats. We've got the double hat trick. We've got Christian and Saikugo dropping in 3, along with 4 saves total from their team. Shots were relatively even. 8 for Black and Gold, 6 for Los Verdes. So the opportunities are there for Los Verdes, but they're just not able to convert. They are going to have to step it up and play a little more like a team. You can see with Christian's inclusion, I mean, yeah, he's running things, but also he's getting his teammates involved, able to open them up, because he had 2 assists along with his 3 goals. And same with Saikugo. They were a nice duo working there. And now, joining me in the booth is the only Mazar. Well, oh yeah, I suppose I have to join that channel. Maz, how you doing?
How you doing, KJ?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Good. Yeah, I just got back, so you know I decided, you know what, I'm here. Match is still going on. Decided I'd help out. Thank you for giving me the chance. And yeah, let's see how this game 3 goes.
Cool. You can tandem this.
Absolutely.
So, what you may have missed is Bombo Clat is Palace.
Yeah, of course.
We have no surprises that Palace has done something weird. Good shot from back and goal old timers, but a good clear out just off the line.
So I probably joined the.
Yeah, hang
Seems
on,
like I
hang
missed
on.
a good bit.
Hang on a second. I got to do a couple things to get you actually to see this, I suppose. Since you don't-
Yeah, no worries, no worries.
Yeah. Yeah, give me a sec. this is not my forte here.
All good. I'm joining the lobby right now, by the way.
But don't
Thank you for that too.
Yep, there we go.
Appreciate it.
Here I am trying to hand it over to you. I'm like, you can't see the game. As we talk about
That's okay.
absolutely nothing related to the game, we'll actually talk about the game a little bit. So Palace getting a clear into the B&G end. Christian with the nice patience to get around Palace. This is what we've been seeing, just Christian running it.
Yeah, and honestly, with Christian coming in, I'm not surprised that LV are starting to take more control, but they have done a... Sorry, not LV. B&G are starting to take more control, but LV has held on quite well. They've even had a couple of good moments going forward. The only problem is, every time they've come forward, they've had to face a wall at the back. So we'll see if they can break that, but it's not going to work out when you have Saikugo taking long shots like that and catching Los Verdes off guard.
Yeah, Saikuga with the great long shot, but Pablo with the pressure on Devin just sets him off enough to give him the lead.
He was not ready for that for sure. It's unfortunate for Devin too because he was ready to save that, but Pablo did a good job right there, being an annoying mosquito, buzzing him out of the way of the goal. And now Christian the Plumber, off of the backboard, couldn't get it down. Saikugo is there, not powerful enough, and Devin gets it out with 0 boost. He's still gonna stick with that, but he cannot get the key 50 in the midfield. And it's LV who are on the back foot yet again, but this might help. Devin going forward, Saikugo getting it out of the way. Open in the middle. Pablo had to bail out. 50 Palace equalizer.
Yeah, a little bit of chaos here in the black and gold end. Devin just gets over 2 of them, and Palace with a nice follow-up.
I mean, that ball was screaming for a Los Verdes player to take a shot. Eventually, Palace did come in, and I'm surprised that LV were able to get that much time because B&G old-timers were not coming out for that ball for some reason. But this is good for LV. Now they can get some confidence. Devin, solo dribble attempt, bails out. Hophead, his father, couldn't get a shot on target. By the way, can I just say this real quick? It's good to see Hophead back on.
Yeah,
And we haven't seen him too much compared to the past few seasons.
I honestly did not know that little tidbit about Hophead. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that father-son connection is incredible to see. It's good to see them back together again. And not gonna lie, Hophead has had a big impact, especially since Triga seems like he might not be able to get involved tonight. Palace now, getting Devin for his troubles. Christian the Plumber, all on his own. One touch. Devin with a solid clearance. And Devin has played a big part, hasn't he, in this game, and probably in this match too, right?
Yeah, Devin's had to play a big role defensively. The offensive role, at least in game 1, was Palace. You know, not surprising at all for this Los Verdes team, but Devin has stepped up, trying to hold things at the back. Ooh,
Yeah, not surprised about Palace right there, but I'm wondering how they won game 1. Did B&G feel like a weakened side or something? Because that's the only thing I could think of.
Yeah, Christian was not in game 1.
Well, that makes sense.
Squiz was in game 1 instead. So I'm guessing Christian maybe couldn't show up, or they wanted to try out a different lineup, see how it went. But it was a pretty even game. Verdes just pulled away late. Oh, good 50 there in the middle, but yeah, easy for Palace. He's got the track back.
It seems like both teams are a bit tentative at the moment. Both teams have had decent opportunities. Christian the Plumber missing his shot a while back, and then Palace following up with a weak attempt. Given that he was in such a good position, given how good of a player he is, I was surprised at how weak that shot was. But still 1-1, less than 30 seconds to go, KJ. And it's an even battle here in Game 3, but this might change if Hophead can settle in. Gets one touch. Ball's going to be in a safe area for B&G. Devin, can he follow up right here? Right into the middle, across the goal, and I think we're going to be heading into overtime.
Well, we might be heading into overtime, but Devin with a good save. Saikugo just over the line.
Winner from Google from out of nowhere! I thought that ball was surely gonna bounce on the goal line, but it stayed up barely enough. Okay, we need a review right there. VAR check, please, because that ball, whoo, that was barely over that floor.
Yeah, we looked at the replay. VAR said it is good. It floats just over the line, and now B&G are looking at match point. Looking at the stats, it is again the Christian and Saikugo show, but Saikugo getting both the goals. On the Los Verdes side, I mean, they put up a good effort, 3 saves there, but they only had 4 shots total. That's not quite going to do it against a side like B&G. I'm sitting here and I'm not changing the map. And of course it's the huge change. Utopia. There we go. Well, I'm not sure if I lost Maz here or not. He's suddenly gone quiet. But getting ready for Game 4 here in the series. B&G up 2-1 over Las Vegas.
I might have been muted after shouting, to be fair.
Actually, nope. I know exactly what happened, and that would be my fault, is I changed the wrong volume. So, amateur hour? Amateur hour. Absolutely amateur hour.
Earlier.
Nope. I tried to mute Rocket League and muted Discord instead. It's going well. It's going well.
It's fine. Listen. What matters is we have gameplay being streamed, and people are able to catch this as Palace might catch B&G off guard, but Christian's able to get back right on time. We are in Utopia Coliseum, sun out, bright and sunny. We'll see if that lifts the spirits for Los Verdes, who've had to deal with a tough Game 3 right there. I expected that to go to overtime, but Christian's perseverance and Saikugo's last gasp winner really put a dent into Los Verdes' hopes. Christian the Plumber doing it yet again. Palace, loose touch, very surprised by that. I thought they would take some time and take control, but they're holding on for now. Double commit from Devin and Palace. Palace taking control. One touch out. Beaten by Christian. Hopphead at the right place to get that away and help Los Verdes get back into their positions. And KJ, I think B&G are looking quite comfortable here, aren't they?
Yeah, they're looking pretty comfortable. They're keeping Los Verdes kind of hemmed in here, but Los Verdes is playing a little more defensively responsible than we've seen in the rest of the series so far. Ooh, nice chance by Palace. Unfortunately, just wide. So, it's going to be a big effort here for Los Verdes to get themselves back into the series. However,
no.
I mean, a little charity here never hurts.
I don't think that was intentional charity. We've seen B&G do that in the past, KJ, but this is completely accidental. They wanted to clear that out. Not a good clearance, though. Palace with the first goal, 1-0 to Los Verdes.
Yeah, just an awkward touch. You had 2 players kind of coming, one in and one out. And unfortunately, the one coming in gets the final touch, put it in their own goal.
And this is exactly... Sorry.
Okay, say we got Los Verdes having to absorb the pressure now with B&G wanting to recover from that own goal. But Palace gets a good clear out. Tries to follow with the double.
Oh my God.
Save.
What a save. Absolutely insane. Second chance, though. Devin off target. If there was ever a moment for Palace to get his second goal, that was it. But B&G Old Timers in the right place at the right time. And so far, they've been on the back foot after conceding the first goal. But let's see if Christian the Plumber can drag them back into this. Center too close to Los Verdes. Ooh, Devin letting that go. Hopphead able to bring it out just for a little bit, though. Another double commit between Devin and Palace. Someone needs to take charge and be like, I'm the guy to go for this if we're in this spot. Because right now, they're in trouble. Devin getting faked out by Saikugo's presence. And Pablo gets the equalizer, whether he meant it or not.
Yeah, Pablo with just the magic angle off the corner, and the wifty in front does no favors for Los Verdes.
Oh my God. If there was ever a goal to concede It was not gonna have to. It was not supposed to be that. I mean, if you're Los Verdes, you're thinking we probably could have done a bit better there defensively. But I mean, I'm just being an overly critical commentator right now. Let's give credit to both teams. They're doing pretty well. And for this match to be so close until Christian the Plumber gets involved is a credit to both sides, especially Los Verdes, who've been struggling recently. But when Christian the Plumber is involved, KJ, there's no denying it. He is going to get a goal.
Yeah, it's always nice when Pablo knows he can count on Christian to be there. Right off the back wall to make it awkward and right into the goal.
2-1, past the halfway mark. Los Verdes looking a little shaky right now. I think those double commits are starting to haunt them. Top head at the back, that's fine. Pal's going to take charge with little to no boost. I think he just used 5 boosts right there to get the most out of that. Ooh, Devin looking hesitant with Hophead. Few communication issues. A teammate bump. Ball is loose in the middle. Saikugo comes in and gets the third. It is all starting to collapse for Los Verdes.
Yeah, we got a bit of a family affair with B&G Old Timers. Everybody gets a goal, and it's 3-1. Los Verdes looks rattled after that first goal against. They just haven't been able to pull it together. You know, Palace finishes that double, and this might be an entirely different game, but it definitely became a different game the moment Christian came in game 2.
I absolutely agree. And speaking of Christian, right on cue, KJ, he gets his second on a hat trick now. This time, no defensive resistance. Palace with a big whiff, even admits it in the chat. And it's safe to say that B&G Old Timers are going to see this off, aren't they?
Yeah, it's looking more and more likely that this will be the end of the series. Again, you know, the opposite of the caster curse for Christian is he pops up, hits that second. He has been the difference since game 1. Just bringing, game 1 was definitely splintered from both sides. A lot of trying to solo play, not a lot of team playing, and you could see the difference when Christian came into the game for B&G Old Timers. Said, nice attempt there, but a good 50 out by Christian. Leading directly to a Pablo goal.
And now the goals are flowing for Los Verdes. Pablo, who some would consider B&G's 4th player, is stepping up, getting himself a goal, and having a really good game 4 here as well. Typically, it would be Squizzball who'd be their main third, taking over and taking control. But this time, it's Pablo who has stepped up and has had a big impact for his team just now. Christian the Plumber's not going to be able to get back into that. He didn't have the position. Another double commit from Los Verdes, but they get away with it. Another chance. Dev is not able to get on the end of it. And honestly, KJ, as good as Los Verdes may have been, at the end of the day, they just got punished for their mistakes, didn't they?
Yeah, they're not really playing cohesively as a team. I don't think we've seen that the entire series. They did pull off game 1, but that was kind of the Palace show with the hat trick in game 1.
Wow.
They're kind of trying to do everything themselves, it feels like, and you can see the difference again when Christian came in that B&G stopped doing everything themselves and started working as a team.
Big time. And I want to highlight one thing from Bonesy in the chat as well. He said the momentum shift after the block double has been rough. Absolutely. And it's sometimes those little defensive moments that can play a big part in a Rocket League game as we count down to the end of this match after what seemingly was B&G conceded game 1, if I'm not mistaken. B&G have come out and swept Los Verdes out, winning this match 3-1.
Yeah, and I believe that Los Verdes only had 3 goals. They had 3 goals the first game and 3 goals the rest of the series. So, it was clamped down from B&G Old Timers. They were not letting Los Verdes get back in.
I mean, the scoreboard tells the story as well, doesn't it? Christian the Plumber really stepping up, involved all over the place. 2 goals, 3 assists, 2 saves, and alongside Saikugo, a decent number of touches. Like, Saikugo was also heavily involved as well, helping out as the second man in the midfield, supporting a lot of attacks, and Pablo getting into the goal scoring as well, getting 2 goals right there. So that's going to help him out. That's going to make Los Verdes look even better too, because honestly, some people view Pablo as like a weak link in the team, as the weakest player on paper. but he's showing that he's anything but that. And if you're anyone else in the championship, you better watch out, because when BNG Old Timers have everyone going, they're pretty much unstoppable.
Yeah, they looked very good. They definitely have solidified their challenge for the top of the championship level. We can probably look at those updated stats here in just a second once we get them put in. And by we, I mean I'll go ahead and do that. We can go ahead and look at the updated standings as soon as I find all of my buttons. So as of now, BNG sits at the top of the championship. Now, Steel Army still has to play Sunday night, but right now we're looking at a 3-point lead for BNG. It is definitely anybody's game. Defiance is right there, for waiting for those two teams to slip up.
Yeah, and as you can see as well, the gap is starting to grow between the top and the rest of the teams. Steel Army and Defiance is still there, but even then, a 6-point gap between first and third. That's a big gap, I'm not going to lie. I mean, it will require BNG collapsing at this point for EC Defiance to have a chance. Steel Army's only still in this because after that EM Big Dogs loss, they've just been looking absolutely unstoppable. But, I mean, honestly, outside of Steel Army, I don't know if anyone else could come back from here. That gap is just way too big given how both Steel Army and BNG Old Timers are playing.
Right. And, Steel Army and BNG Old Timers still have to play each other one more time, so this might go down to the wire.
Absolutely. But you know what? If EC Defiance keeps it going, because they have been looking way better this season, if they could keep it going, if they could keep getting the points, keep getting those 4 points, wait for Steel Army and BNG Old Timers to slip up, because they will. Absolutely. They have a shot. So let's not rule them out yet. As for EM Big Dogs and Los Verdes, they're starting to slip away, but I think they're probably happy enough that they're getting more wins and more points. And then you have Axe and Rose. Let's not forget about them. First ever season in SGL. I mean, they only have one player who's played in a season prior to this, so they already have 3 points, which is not bad given where they started off. But I'm sure they want way more than that as well. And they've had a rough introduction, but every team has that in some way, shape, or form, and I'm sure they'll get better too.
Oh, for certain. But yeah, looking at the previous schedule, EM Big Dogs did take down Steel Army earlier in the season, so certainly the top two are not infallible. So it's going to be a very interesting run out. Those lower teams are not just going to sit back and let them have all the points.
Big time. And you know what? Honestly, Los Verdes could have had more tonight if they just weren't making so many mistakes. A lot of those double commits, a lot of times where the third got caught off guard, a lot of times where they were trying to overcompensate and go way too far back and gave too much of an opening to BNG Old Timers attackers. With that said, though, still getting a point against the top of the table team with just 3 players in, not too shabby. If they can, develop that chemistry with everyone else. I mean, Hophead came in after a while, not an easy game to get into. But if they could just develop that chemistry and keep getting better and better individually, they'll definitely become challengers. But with that said, we have rambled on for long enough, or at least I have for the most part. Let's bring in Saikugo for his interview. And here he is, Saikugo. Welcome on into the commentary booth. I'm sure you are happy about the 4 points right now, aren't you?
All right, baby. We'll take the dub. Come on now. How we living?
One thing I'm curious about, Saikugo. Game 1, Christian the Plumber didn't play. Who made that call?
I made that call.
Oh, okay.
The guy was late to practice, so we had to bench him.
There you go, team discipline, eh? I mean,
I'm just kidding. Nah, he came in here. Nah, he was a little late, but he's like, nah, it's cool because the 3 of us were already playing. So he's like, y'all run it. I'm trying to see a little something, and we almost had him right there.
Yeah, you guys. So I missed game 1. So just if you don't mind, if no one minds telling me the scoreline, just feel free to do so. But was it that close? Was it that intense? Did you feel like you still had a chance to win?
They scored 3-0. They were up pretty early 3-0, and it's because, bro, you guys, this guy Pablo's, he's a fool, man. 3 seconds into the series, this boy crashes out, bro. Starts yelling into the mic, and we're just like, bro, shut up, bro. Lock in. And he's like, no, let me speak, let me finish. And I was like, bro. But it's all vibes, man. It's all vibes. So it's a little friendly crash out. Offer the shits and gigs.
Hey, it happens, doesn't it? I mean, it's part and parcel of the game. And you already talked about Pablo a bit. He really stepped up in that game 4, and to my personal surprise, it seemed I thought it would be Squizzball getting more game time, but he came in that game 4 and contributed a couple of goals. So, how much better has he been getting recently?
I mean, if I'm being honest with you, the guy came in here playing today. He's like, I haven't played the game in 2 weeks. So if that's what it has to take, I need my boy off the game for another week or 2. Come on now. But shout out to Squiz for giving Pablo some more playing time. There's no egos on his team. Everyone's willing to sub out for the next person whenever the game's over, and it's just like, no, you guys continue playing, or I'm down, and then we don't have to tell anybody, hey, you mind sitting? Someone is always just ready to step up to just give the next guy some playing time. So it's good vibes over here, man. We get on each other's head a little bit, but it's all good. It's all good.
There you go. So, with you guys sitting pretty at the top of the table right now, I mean, it'll take some collapse for you guys to get back into like a proper title race against Steel Army and even EC Defiance. With that said, do you guys think you have the title sealed, or are you guys gonna keep your focus and not take anything for granted?
I mean, if you're playing without thinking you don't have the title, grasp of your hands, and I don't think you're playing the right way. We know there's competitors, we know there's people that are going to give us a hard time, but we have to have that mentality that we're going to just win it, and that's what we do. Nobody wants Steel Army more than Christian the Plumber, so look out for him when we play them because he's going to go off.
Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, I want to see how he turns up there because that Steel Army is going to be tough for sure. With that said, I'm looking at your remaining fixtures right now to see what kind of what matches you have left. And after week 7, there's not too much of the season remaining. You have 3 more league weeks and a few more cup rounds as well. And your next game is against some big dogs. Now, you guys did see them off comfortably the first time you faced them. Do you think it's going to be as easy a matchup, or are you expecting something more from EM Big Dogs?
No disrespect to anybody in the league, but we feel like we're that good, and we're just getting better by the week. So we're very excited. We're very excited for all the league matches remaining. We honestly look forward to. I mean, look, we don't even play throughout the week. We just get on, play the league match, and then that's it. So, but we're very excited in the group chat every time we have something going on or we're planning the next game. We are ready for the next cup match though, because the next cup match is against Steel Army, so we are ready for them. Shoot, we can play that right now. No, I'm just kidding. But no, we're very excited to play everybody. We already know everyone comes out giving their best, but if you don't think that you're the best, and I don't think you're doing it right. It's just confidence that shoots out through every one of our players. Especially with Christian talking to us the way he talks, and Pablo crashing out the way he crashes, and just Squiz pushing out those vibes that he does. I just think we're unstoppable right now, and we're going to continue just playing the game and doing what we do.
There you have it. I love the spirit that you guys have. Like, you guys have that competitiveness about you, but you also also big each other up and support each other. So that's really good to hear. Now, KJ, if you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and ask them. Otherwise, I think it's now a good time to let Saikugo have the floor.
No, I don't think I have anything else. Just anybody you want to shout out there, Saikugo?
Shout out everybody in the chat. If you're with us or you're against us, it's all good, man. You guys already know how I feel about the league. I think the league is a beautiful thing. I hope it continues to grow. And I've been seeing some new people shouting us out. Shout out Gambit in the chat. He's supporting us from wherever he's at. So it's all love from our side.
There you go. I mean, whether you have supporters or haters, you guys are definitely grabbing the attention in the SGL Championship. So, you know what? This time you do deserve it for winning this matchup against Los Verdes. So GG's, and have a good night. We'll catch you next time, Saikugo.
All right, boys. Appreciate y'all. On to the next.
Peace. So, I don't know if we have anyone lined up for Los Verdes. But yeah, I don't think we're probably going to be getting anyone. With that said, I've been looking at the chat. Been seeing quite a bit of talk. Yeah, Christian talking about Steel Army. That's why Saikugo brought him up. One thing I do want to say about that is the next week is going to be matches in the lower bracket. So the upper final is not going to necessarily be required to be played next week. But if you want to play it, you can. We're not going to hold you guys back. But know that you don't need to play it next week. The deadline isn't next Sunday. With that said, you have Pablo as well coming in. Gambit VVS. I'm guessing he's one of the BNG old timers boys. And then Pablo saying Thunder up. Oh yeah, NBA playoffs. Not gonna lie, I kind of forgot about that. KJ, I think that's about it for the stream, right?
Yeah, we don't have another matchup tonight, and we got some entertainment tonight on the championship. Good win by BG Old Timers.
Absolutely. So we have one more matchup remaining this week. That is Axe and Rose versus Steel Army this Sunday. It's going to be another night stream, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. So if you want something to wrap up your weekend, something to, watch before you go to bed, come hang out at SGL. Come watch the final championship match. We'll see if Axe and Rose can get some more points out of Steel Army. Maybe spring a surprise or two. I know those boys are very competitive and they're really willing to improve and get better, get some upsets. We look forward to seeing them on Sunday. And we look forward to seeing Steel Army catch up, knowing that a few of their players are at Louisville right now for the away trip against Louisville. With that said, KJ, that about wraps it up. Thank you very much for streaming this, by the way. Much appreciated. Just a quick context for everyone in chat. We didn't know if we were going to stream this tonight. KJ was made available, stepped up, decided to stream this, and I think you were solo commentating as well, weren't you?
Oh yeah, I was talking into the void for a while, which I do anytime I do my own stream, which is not often. But no, I think things worked out. I'm glad we could get it on the stream, and looking forward to more SGL action soon.
Absolutely. Hey, shout outs KJ, by the way. He was running this on his own. Show your love and appreciation for KJ in the chat, folks. It was awesome for you to step up and help us out here. Really appreciate it, KJ. And with that said, I think that about wraps it up. Thank you all for joining us in this stream. We really appreciate it, and we will see you all on Sunday. Have a good night. We'll catch you next time. Peace.